Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the wild, weird, and wacky world of the Word. We got wild, weird, and wacky stuff going on with our text from Daniel this week. Yeah, all those weird images of beasts and just crazy stuff that Daniel either sees or is interpreting for other people from what they saw in dreams and in visions. But that's not what I want to talk about right now. I want to talk about how it was put together. Yeah, this is a book of the Bible that's put together with two ancient languages, Hebrew and Aramaic. And when you're looking at it, you're saying, nah, maybe they were two separate things that kind of came together. Not really. They kind of melt together. It starts out being written in Hebrew, and then just kind of all of a sudden makes this turn into Aramaic, but then it melts back into Hebrew at the end. It's really kind of strange and weird. Now, this was written post-exile in Babylon, so you're moving into the the 3rd and 4th centuries BC and moving closer toward the time of Jesus. But the Aramaic section is probably written last and put in there, and you're looking at it, and as the editors worked with this and finalized the book of Daniel for us, you see, there's something very interesting going on here. We know the Aramaic section is separate from the rest because it has a very peculiar structure. It's called the chiastic structure, which you find in a lot of even English literature. But it basically is, you put the main point of your story right in the middle of the story, and then if you were to go forward from that middle part toward the end, or go backwards back to the beginning, you find two other themes that are parallel to each other. Go back a little further, and you find another theme that are parallel to each other. Go back even further, you find another theme that are parallel to each other. Okay? So it's kind of an interesting thing. You find that a lot in reading the Psalms. So it's not unknown, not even in English literature for that matter. But it helps us to understand that, hey, this is a peculiar part of the book of Daniel for us to look at. And okay, and let's look at the Aramaic part of it, the structure of it. And this is how you know. Right smack dab in the middle of the Aramaic part, you have Daniel. He's interpreting a dream from Nebuchadnezzar, and then he also interprets some handwriting on the wall for Belshazzar, two different rulers. Go back, you have Daniel, his three friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They're in the fiery furnace. But go forward from all this, what do you have? You find Daniel himself in the lion's den. In other words, trouble. They're going to die. Go back even further toward the beginning. What do you have? You have this dream of 4 kingdoms that are being replaced by another kingdom. Go all the way to the end of the section. What do you have? A dream, a vision of 4 world kingdoms that are being replaced by another world kingdom. It's absolutely crazy, but it shows that this was a unit that was meant to be taken as a whole. But the way it's written, it now melts into the end of the book of Daniel in the Hebrew text instead of Aramaic. And at the beginning, it starts with the Hebrew and melts into the Aramaic. Really wild, weird, and wacky. So now you see what keeps translators pulling their hair out all the time, because oh no, now I not only have to know Hebrew, now I have to know ancient Aramaic language as well. Yes, you do. So get out the books and start studying. All of you out there, all of us. Yeah, well, we'll leave that up to the scholars to kind of figure those parts out for us. Well, wild and weird and as wacky as the book of Daniel is, it does have a very pointed message for you and for me, and that is, stay faithful to God. Stay faithful to Yahweh, because on the end, God wins. God's blessings be with you.